Hi, this is Maureen Beatty, and this is Unit 3 Weather Observation. The 5-day weather observation is from Eagle River, Alaska. Eagle River is located 12 miles north of Anchorage. The Chugach Mountains borders the east of the town, and the Eagle River is south of the town. My weather observation is in Eaglewood subdivision in the southeast part of town. My weather observation station is located on the porch area at the top of the stairs. The location is facing north. The temperatures were taken daily from the 27th of January until the 31st of January. The current temperatures were recorded in Fahrenheit, along with the barometric pressure and the maximum and minimum temperatures for 24 hours. The time that I took the temperatures were mainly in the morning, except for this Tuesday, it was in the evening. This graph shows the curve over the 5-day span with the dates at the bottom, the 27th through the 31st, and then the temperatures on the vertical. The red line is the current temperature that I took daily, and on the 27th at approximately 6:30 in the morning, the average temperature was 28.9 degrees Fahrenheit, which was an unusually warmer January here in Eagle River. In the book, the average January temperatures are 22 degrees Fahrenheit, and the average low can be negative 13. So on the 28th, it's a little bit misleading because it was a 5 o'clock in the evening temperature and it was 33 degrees. But then it went back to 6 in the morning temperatures for the 29th, which was approximately about 20 degrees Fahrenheit for the left and right. And on the 30th, approximately 16 degrees Fahrenheit. And on the 31st, approximately 14.5 degrees Fahrenheit. For the maximums for the left and right, it was really high. It was a 55-degree reading on my thermometer, which is really high for January. And then the temperatures kept going back down normal for January weather on the 28th. Even though this is 5 in the evening, it's like 36 degrees, and it continues to follow the cooler temperatures that we're supposed to have in January. The chart for the barometric pressure shows on the 27th it was 1,009 millibars, and then it continued to move higher for the rest of the week. So you can see the curve all the way to the 31st, with it being at 1,030 millibars. On the 27th of January at 6:30 in Eagle River, I recorded the current temperature was 28.9 degrees Fahrenheit, and it was negative 1.7 degrees Celsius on the left digital thermometer, and the right digital thermometer read the same temperatures. I didn't get a max or a minimum for the 27th yet. but I did get a barometric pressure reading, and it was 1,009 millibars and 20 inches in mercury. The Beaufort number was 0. There was no wind. There is a American flag waving in the house across the street, and there was no movement. It was a very nice morning. The sky was covered about a quarter with altocumulus clouds. It was quite dark, but I could see flat clouds, and there was 0 precipitation. On the 28th, unfortunately, I had to take these readings at 5 o'clock in the evening, and the current temperature was 33.3 degrees Fahrenheit and 32.9 degrees Fahrenheit on the right at the digital thermometer, and 0.7 degrees Celsius on the left and 0.5 degrees Celsius on the right. The maximum, and this is from 6:15 in the morning to 5 o'clock in the evening, was 38.6 degrees Fahrenheit and 3.7 degrees Celsius on the left, and then right was 38.3 degrees Fahrenheit and 3.5 degrees Celsius. The minimum was 33.0 degrees Fahrenheit and 0.5 Celsius for the left, and then the right read 32.6 degrees Fahrenheit and 0.3 degrees Celsius. The barometric pressure was 1,017 millibars and 32 inches in mercury. The wind Beaufort number was 0, and there was sky cover. About half of the sky was covered with altocumulus clouds, and there was 0 precipitation. Okay, on the 29th, it was back to taking recordings at 06:10 in the morning, and the temperature was on the left 20.9 degrees Fahrenheit and a negative 6.1 degrees Celsius. On the right, 20.6 degrees Fahrenheit and negative 6.3 degrees Celsius. The maximum was 39.0 degrees Fahrenheit and 3.7 degrees Celsius. On the right, the maximum was 38.3 degrees Fahrenheit and 3.5 degrees Celsius. The minimum was 20.6 degrees Fahrenheit and negative 6.3 degrees Celsius. On the right, 20.6 degrees Fahrenheit for the minimum and negative 6.3 degrees Celsius. The barometric pressure was 1,018 millibars and 30.5 inches in mercury. Again, the Beaufort number was 0, and a fourth of the sky was covered with altocumulus clouds with 0 precipitation. Recordings on the 30th at 6 a.m. It was 16.5 degrees Fahrenheit, negative 8.6 degrees Celsius, and the right digital thermometer read 15.9 degrees Fahrenheit and negative 8.9 degrees Celsius. The maximum was 25.5 degrees Fahrenheit, negative 3.6 degrees Celsius, and the maximum on the right was 24.7 degrees Fahrenheit and negative 4.1 degrees Celsius. The minimum for the day was on the left 15.3 degrees Fahrenheit and negative 9.2 degrees Celsius. And the right minimums were 15.0 degrees Fahrenheit and negative 9.4 degrees Celsius. The barometric pressure was 1,020 millibars and 31 inches in mercury. The Beaufort number was 0, and the sky cover was a quarter of the sky with altocumulus clouds and 0 precipitation. And the last recording on the 31st At 6:10 in the morning, the current temperature on the left, with the left side of the digital thermometer, was 14.9 degrees Fahrenheit, negative 9.5 degrees Celsius. And on the right was 14.3 degrees Fahrenheit and negative 9.8 degrees Celsius. The maximum temperatures were from the left 21.2 degrees Fahrenheit and negative 6 degrees Celsius. For the right, the maximums was 20.7 degrees Fahrenheit and negative 6.3 Celsius. The minimums from the left is 12.8 degrees Fahrenheit and negative 10.7 degrees Celsius. On the right side, the minimums were 12.8 degrees Fahrenheit and negative 10.7 degrees Celsius. The barometric pressure was 1,030 millibars and 34 inches in mercury. The wind, Beaufort number, was 0. The sky cover was a quarter. And the type, alto cumulus, and 0 precipitation. The first day of recording temperatures, I took the current temperature on the 27th of January, but I could not take the maximum and the minimums because I needed 24 hours. So on the next day, the maximum on the left was a 47.5 degrees Fahrenheit, and on the maximum for the right was 55.9 degrees Fahrenheit, and the minimums were 28.7 degrees Fahrenheit, and on the right 28.2 degrees Fahrenheit. This was a very, very warm day here and very unusual in Eagle River in January. Day 2 maximum and minimum were for the left 38.6 degrees Fahrenheit and 38.3 degrees Fahrenheit on the right for the max. For the minimums, on the left was 27.3 degrees Fahrenheit and on the right 26.8 degrees Fahrenheit. Day 3 of maximums and minimums. For the left, the maximum was 39 degrees Fahrenheit, and for the right 38.3 degrees Fahrenheit. For the left, the minimum was 20.6 degrees Fahrenheit, and on the right, the minimum was 20.6 degrees Fahrenheit as well. Maximum and minimum temperatures for day 4 shows that it was getting colder than it had been. So for the maximum on the left was 25.5 degrees Fahrenheit, and for the right 24.7 degrees Fahrenheit. For the minimums, 15.3 degrees Fahrenheit on the left and 15 degrees Fahrenheit on the right. Day 5 max and minimum temperatures were cooler. The maximum on the left 21.2 degrees Fahrenheit and 20.7 degrees Fahrenheit on the right. The minimums on the left 12.8 degrees Fahrenheit and 12.8 degrees Fahrenheit for the right as well. And lastly, day 6 maximum and minimum temperatures for the left. The maximum was 20.1 degrees Fahrenheit and the right 19.7 degrees Fahrenheit. For the left, the minimum was 13.1 degrees Fahrenheit, and for the right was 12.8 degrees Fahrenheit. Thank you.